A plane disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only questions. Could this be the greatest aviation mystery of our time? A modern airliner, a Malaysia Airlines Boeing 777 at night, taking off carrying 239 souls, lifted off into the darkness and simply vanished from the face of the earth. It left behind a silent radio, an empty radar screen, and a question that has haunted the world for over a decade. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 departed from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, its destination set for Beijing, China. For the first hour, everything about the flight was utterly routine. A standard red-eye journey across Southeast Asia. The passengers settled in for the 6-hour flight. The cabin lights dimmed and the aircraft climbed steadily toward its cruising altitude, a silver bird against a star-dusted ink-black sky. Could this still be the greatest aviation mystery of our time? The flight crew consisted of Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah and his first officer, Fariq Abdul Hamid. On board were 227 passengers, a diverse group of individuals from more than a dozen countries, artists, families on vacation, business professionals heading to a trade show. The aircraft itself, registered as 9M-MRO, was a state-of-the-art machine with an impeccable safety record. As it ascended into the night, there was no indication of any trouble, no hint of the profound and terrifying mystery that was about to unfold. The pre-flight checks were normal, the weather was clear, and the communication with air traffic control was calm and professional. The last verbal communication from the cockpit occurred at 01:19 local time as the plane was about to pass from Malaysian to Vietnamese airspace over the South China Sea. The voice, believed to be that of the co-pilot, calmly stated, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Minutes later, the aircraft's transponder, transmitting identity, altitude, and speed, was switched off. The blip representing MH370 simply blinked out, leaving a void. Confusion, not panic. Calls were repeated. Vietnam alerted. Minutes stretched into an hour. The plane was not just silent, it was gone. The dark sky over the Gulf of Thailand had become the starting point of an unprecedented enigma. The disappearance from civilian radar was only the beginning of the mystery. While the plane had become invisible to commercial systems, it was not entirely unseen. Primary military radar continued to track an unidentified aircraft. Primary radar works by bouncing radio waves off objects and does not rely on a transponder. Data later confirmed to be MH370 revealed a shocking deviation, a sharp, deliberate turn to the southwest, back over Malaysia. It flew across the Malaysian peninsula and out over the Strait of Malacca. Controlled, intentional flight, but to an unknown end. The path threaded radar coverage gaps, navigating with precision away from prying eyes. After crossing back over Malaysia, it was last detected far to the northwest over the Andaman Sea, then vanished again. For hours, the world searched the South China Sea, until military radar redirected the effort and widened the search. The biggest breakthrough came from space. Inmarsat found its satellite had received hourly handshakes, pings from the plane's satellite data unit. The pings carried no position, speed, or altitude, but Doppler shifts and timing enabled forensic analysis. Two vast arcs emerged, with a final ping at 0819, more than 7 hours after disappearance. One arc ran north over nations with strong radar, the other ran south into the remote Indian Ocean. The northern path seemed unlikely to go unnoticed. The search focused on the southern corridor, thousands of kilometers off Australia's west coast. A042, MH370 lifted off. 0107, the ACARS system sent its last message. 0119, good night Malaysian 370. 0121, the transponder ceased. The aircraft became a ghost. In the vacuum of hard evidence, numerous theories have emerged to explain what happened to MH370. Each attempts to piece together the known facts, the deliberate turn, the disabled communications, and the long, silent flight south, into a coherent narrative. One prominent theory is pilot action, a murder-suicide orchestrated by Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, citing precise navigation and a home flight simulator with a route into the southern Indian Ocean, though its significance is debated. Another theory centers on a hijacking, by force or stealth, yet no group claimed responsibility, no ransom was demanded, and no motive was stated. A third category involves a catastrophic onboard event, a fire or rapid decompression, with a turnback attempted, the crew incapacitated, and a ghost flight on autopilot until fuel exhaustion. This struggles to explain the sequential disabling of systems, a detail that suggests human input. Others propose mechanical failure plus cascading malfunctions, yet no sequence fits cleanly. Every theory lacks a smoking gun. Without the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder, these remain just that, theories. The search for MH370 became the largest and most expensive in aviation history. Guided by Inmarsat data, an international coalition scoured the southern Indian Ocean. Surface sweeps gave way to years of deep-sea mapping with multi-beam and side-scan sonar across 120,000 square kilometers. In July 2015, a flaperon washed ashore on Reunion Island, confirmed as MH370, proving the aircraft went down in the Indian Ocean. More than 20 pieces later appeared in Mozambique, Tanzania, South Africa, and beyond, matching ocean drift models and supporting the satellite analysis. Yet the main underwater search was suspended in 2017. A private 2018 effort also came up empty. Families remain in suspended grief. We know the plane diverted. We know it flew for many hours. We know it ended in the southern Indian Ocean. But the most critical questions remain unanswered. The why and the how lie in the silent depths. What really happened to MH370?